You're not a young hoe. You're a trifling hoe.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Just a Girl Show. My name is Janine. If you are new here, if you're new to the channel, of course, hit that subscribe button. Turn your notifications on so you never miss an episode. And if you are a subscriber, welcome back to the channel. Dedicated to the women, the black women who are always in my comments telling me that I'm degrading black women, I'm bashing black women, how I'm hypocritical to sit in my hijab and talk about black women. I'm like, what does the hijab got to do with about calling people out? Wearing a hijab on your head does not have anything to do with using your voice to call out bad behaviors that corrupt the community, right? Well, the black women who have a problem with me speaking out about things that say I'm bashing, what do y'all think about black women calling themselves young hoes or old hoes? Or the black women who call themselves bees? The ones who degrade themselves. What do y'all think about that? Because there's a trend happening on TikTok that black women have turned it into some list of what makes you an old hoe or a young hoe. Okay? And I'm gonna let y'all hear this first video of this woman describing a list of things that makes you a young hoe. Let's drop it and let's come back and talk about it.
Y'all, I made a list of young hoe allegations that I am quite frankly never beating, and I'm going to explain why. The first one, young hoes cook everything on high. That started it all. I don't cook, so I'm the worst of the worst. I don't cook at all. You're not getting a home cooked meal out of me. Two, hell yeah, I'm washing everything in one load. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to be separating shit. If it come out pink, it come out pink. I'll worry about it later. 3, I am putting $10 in the tank. I'm even putting $7 in the tank. Hell, one time I put $2 in the tank. I just needed to get home and back to the gas station in the morning. Let's see. Not letting the car defrost. Sorry, I work first shift. I gotta go.
So those are all the things. Young hoe, aka a woman who ain't never been raised to be a woman. Period. A woman who has never been raised to be a woman. A lazy, selfish, trifling woman is what young hoe from that list says. Right? We cook our food on high. We live out of our trunk. We don't do this. He step up on like all of that is just you were not raised by a woman who took care of herself to teach you how to take care of yourself. Right? So again, how did we turn this into I'm referring to myself as a young hoe?
You're not a young hoe. You're a trifling hoe. All these little so-called jokes that y'all are saying are things that young hoes do. No, that's the things that a trifling girl who was half raised does. All right. This is the actions of a girl who mama was so pressed on running after men that she did a terrible job at raising her daughter, and her daughter is now trifling and don't know how to operate as a woman. That's what that is, right? And we know this because anybody who would go around proudly associating the word hoe with themselves already tell us the mindset of how lost you are as a bird. Y'all too comfortable with these negative titles that you give yourself. Young hoe, bad bee, just the B word in general, tossing that around so casually, allowing men to be like, that's my B, my fine S. All that negative stuff that you let people associate with you, it shows the mindset. It shows the mindset of how silly you are. It shows just how much of a bird you truly are. Like I said before, way too many birds on the ground and not in the sky. And I can already hear y'all in the comment section now. It's just a trend. We just joking. And like I said before, a joke ain't nothing but a relatable truth. The truth is still in there. Right? So all of these little things that y'all are associating with you being a young hoe, you not separating clothes, you cooking everything on high. Again, these are basic adult functions that you don't know how to do properly because you were half raised. The whole wearing the same bra and panties multiple days in a row, getting in the bed wet after taking a shower, like y'all were not raised properly. You were not raised properly. Y'all some nasty little birds, and you need to grow up. You need to grow up, and you definitely need to stop associating yourself with calling yourself a hoe. All right, some of y'all are, but just calling yourself that is crazy.
Where's the joke? So should I, or women like myself, just not call this stuff out as a problem? Or is this not degrading yourself? Or am I degrading them by speaking on it? I'm just trying to make it make sense. I'm trying to figure out where do y'all draw the line at? Where's the line drawn at? We do it to ourselves. All this proves is y'all have nothing to offer to anyone but your body. You don't know how to do nothing, but they know how to open their legs. They know how to, spread it wide open and get pregnant, but can't cook, can't clean, can't do this, can't do that, can't do. But one thing they can do is open them legs. And with this trend, there's a lot of women discussing, and first of all, before I go with that, there's a lot of women trying to figure out if they are a young hoe or not. And here's a few of those videos, and we'll come back and talk about it.
All right, so I have a question. What age do y'all consider a young hoe? Because I'm 24 and I wouldn't consider myself a young hoe, but I wouldn't consider myself an old hoe either. It's like, what am I, a mid hoe or just a hoe?
So if I'm 29, and am I considered an old hoe or a young hoe? Because where's the cutoff age? I'm not in my 30s yet, but I'm tiptoeing up there. So like, what's the cutoff age for old hoes and young hoes? Because let me know. I want to just be very clear on what category that I'm in so that I can act accordingly. Like, there's things that I have to get in place. I was just thinking a few minutes ago, like, I really have to get my style and stuff in place. Like, I'm 29, and a lot of times I get up here on the internet and I really can't tell if the young girls are dressing too like much older, or am I just dressing too damn young? Like, I can't tell, because like the way they be dressed, I be like, damn, I wear shit like that now. Like, am I dressing too young, or like, are they like, what's going on? So I need to know so I can go ahead and try to get my style and stuff established, and try to build my wardrobe and stuff like that. Make sure that I'm being appropriate to my category,
Monkey see, monkey do. You're trying to figure out if you're a young hoe or not. You're trying to figure out if you are a young hoe or not. And this is how easy we can be influenced. They can call themselves young hoes and bees, but will lose their mind if a man called you a hoe. If a woman calls out your behavior and say you are moving and acting like a hoe, lose their minds, but you can refer to yourself as a young hoe. And I get it. There are things that, younger generation does or doesn't do, millennials do that you don't do. But why does it have to be a young hoe versus an old hoe? Why do we take on every little thing that's degrading and just disrespectful to label yourself as a hoe? Why do we do this?
Ooh, I hate to be that bitch. I'm sorry, not sorry, but y'all follow any trend that degrades us. Like, why the fuck is you walking around calling yourself a young hoe because of some TikTok trend? The shit funny. I'm not gonna sit right here and act stuck up like it's not funny. It's funny when they say young hoes put their food on full hundred and don't slow cook nothing. Young hoes, I don't know, all the other shit. But now y'all really making it a character trait. Like, I'm just a young hoe. Like, at first it's I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. Now I'm just a young hoe. Oh, fuck no. Y'all gonna call me lame, bitch? I don't care. Like, I'm not knocking the whole trend. Like, I saw a video that was like, they say young hoes got their auto capitalization off, so all y'all should be in lowercase. That's funny. I get it. That's like a lot of us do that in our generation. Not me, but I know a lot of my friends that I ain't never seen an uppercase letter in their motherfucking text ever. Young hoes don't cook, they DoorDash, or young hoes don't know how to make nothing from scratch. They use the instant packs or something. Like, okay, cool, that's funny. But that's where I draw the line. After that, I'm not no young hoe. Like, I'm not no young hoe. I'm a young woman. that do by like 5 of the things that the young hoes do. That's it.
I appreciate this woman, even though she is on the fence of I like it, it's funny, but I also don't. I appreciate her for being able to say, we adopt anything, which we do. Because at some point you like, oh, it was cute, it was a little haha. And even in her comments, it was like, it's a joke, it's not that serious. It is that serious. Nothing's that serious to us. But somehow we are always offended. How come nothing's that serious, but yet we're always offended? We're always offended, but this right here ain't that serious. We can call ourselves young hoes or old hoes. It ain't that deep. It's not that deep. Interesting. Well, women have determined what the term young hoe means in a sense of how they live their lives, and they're referring to it as feminism, and we're going to drop that and come back and talk about it.
The fascination with young hoes is because of feminism. Stay with me. There has never been the women that exist right now that are young and doing what the fuck we doing. The world ain't never seen no shit like this in centuries. I mean, millennia. The last time hoes was really coming like this was probably Egypt. I don't know, like prehistoric times. Since patriarchy, women have been subjected. They just been laying on their backs, cooking and cleaning for men. Just boring, snooze. Religion, all that. This right here is some shit that ain't never been done before. Like, never been done before. Never been done on this scale. Like, yeah, young hoe shit. Like, for real. Shout out to all my young hoes. Do not let these niggas have you out here acting like your granny.
I heard somebody say being a young hoe is just feminism, and I could not agree more. Last night, I went out with my homegirls. We shook some ass. We drank a little bit. Came home, went right to sleep. Okay? Woke up 6 a.m. this morning on my way to work where I can make money, where I can fund my own life. A little bit hungover, but it's okay because I'm a young hoe. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is what life is all about. We have choices. We can have fun. We can party. We can be responsible and go to work and make money the next day. Now I'm leaving the Panera drive-thru in my Aritzia puffer coat with my curly sewing. And I don't know. Like, I just love being a young hoe. And y'all, life is just great. I don't know. Now I'm about to drive to my job, my unserious job as a 22-year-old young hoe.
Okay. So somehow we are back in this place, which I can agree with the feminism side of things. Do whatever I want. Don't need a man. I'm being liberated to become a hoe. That's what they encourage. Hoe activity. So I think that they're spot on. That's what they want to be. Liberated, free hoes. Literally. So I can agree with that. A woman who is selfish, don't care about nobody but herself, uses people, brag about not having a man, don't want a man, kick men out. Like, I can agree with that. But it ain't just a young hoe thing. That's all of them. Young, mid, old. Feminism has hit everybody. And it's only the young hoes are only getting it because they're mamas. And some of the videos on those that I shared, the comments said, my mom love how I treat men. She love it. And again, the young ones are only getting it from their mothers. Because as she said, my mom love how I treat men because she taught you this stuff. They are being raised to be trifling, nasty women. Dana is spot on. That's all. You're just a trifling woman.
Auntie, how I want to go to school and become a doctor because I really just want to make a whole lot of money and do something I love, So my auntie said, so is marrying a man and letting him just take care of you, is that like out of the question? And I paused for a second. I said, Auntie, it's not that it's out the question. That's just not going to happen for me. And she was like, nah, why you think that's not going to happen to you? And I said, because my mouth is too slick. All of this stuff men want you to do, baby, I'm not doing it. I'm going to let him have it every single... He is going to hate me. He going to hate me because I'm going to cuss him out. He is not going to be able to just be talking to me any kind of way. He is not going to be leaving a whole bunch of stuff for me to do. It's not going down. That man is going to hate my guts because I am going... My mouth too reckless. I will never be the type of woman that just got a man doing everything for her and she's just so agreeable and so docile. I will never be that. My mouth too slick. I am 27. I fumbled at least 4 millionaires. I think maybe 5. I fumbled at least 4 to 5 millionaires already. And I'm pretty sure I done cussed every last one of them out.
And then a trifling woman who identifies herself as a young hoe or old hoe. And then you got women sitting around figuring out, like, am I, what am I? Am I old? Am I young? Am I which one? Like, even that, like, y'all get excited about being able to label yourself as a young hoe or old hoe. This is diabolical. But the crazy part is the women who are always mad about calling out these behaviors are never mad that women identify themselves in this way. They're never mad. They're never mad. You just can't talk about them. You can't call them out. This is a problem, and it will continue to be a problem if we keep on encouraging, supporting, egging it on, loving this. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. Creating a bunch of women who aren't self-sufficient, have nothing to offer to a man someday. You don't have nothing to offer. Can't take care of yourself. I just think it's so unfortunate and it's so sad that we adopt all of the wrong things for our culture.
Y'all gonna hate me for saying this, but as black women, we need to stop doing the young ho trend. Shit was cool, shit was fine when everybody was doing the trend. White women, Latino women, black women, Indian women, everyone was just having a ball and bonding, right? Wrong. Now everyone's talking about, oh, it was made for black women, it was made for black women. Yes, you have to be a young black woman, not just a young woman in general. You have to be a young black woman to do some shit wrong. Does that not sound crazy? Yeah, y'all are starting to make the trend into a fucking stereotype. It's normal for young people to do shit wrong, but why we gotta specifically be black? The trend has nothing to do with being black. It was just a trend. Y'all start doing too much, for real. We need to stop doing the trend if y'all are gonna make it into a stereotype. If you can't just be young and doing shit wrong and you specifically have to be a young black woman to do shit wrong, then I'm not fucking with that. I'm tired of y'all fucking up every joke. Like, this shit was literally just a trend. Like, it was no reason to bring race or whatever the fuck into this, but I guess it's only for black people now, so now I don't want to do it. And if you're black, you should not want to do the trend either after this bullshit. I'm no longer doing a trend that's turning us into a stereotype.
We adopt everything negative about us, and that now we're okay with calling ourselves young hoes, not young women, not young queens, not this is cool. But this is really, really, really sad. And as always, these are just my thoughts. These are just my thoughts. Yeah, this is sad. This is really sad. But let me know what y'all think about this topic in the comments. Of course, drop it in the comments. Let me know what you think. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next episode soon. Bye.